What's good, everybody? So I'm gonna record this video directly after the last one because see, look, once I get rolling on them, it'd be easier to like crank it out, and I don't want to like have that lag where I'm like putting a video and then not for a month or something like that. Because when I said that I was gonna do the videos, I was gonna take the YouTube thing very seriously, something I had wanted to do for so long, but look, I don't want to be like here one day, gone the next. So straight up, right? I just want to give some encouragement and a little bit of transparency for everybody. I know last year on Facebook, I had put a video about, I was talking about some stuff, man, like encouragement. That's been like a really big deal for me. I kind of gave like a little light view of 2019 for me. And that's been a year since, and we have 2020. And then, a lot of people joke like, oh, 2020 is this, 2020 is that. Well, this might be an unpopular opinion for a lot of people. But I think for some reason, man, 2020 was a year we all needed in some capacity. First and foremost, we need it because you can't skip a year. So you're going to have to endure this year to get to the next one, right? So straight up. And then secondly, like, I just feel like it's a lot of things that happened in this year and people can probably find more bad than good. But I don't know. It just sometimes when you have those enduring type of years, man, it takes you. It kind of makes me think about when the word says that, like, and I might have this backwards, but we get tried like silver and refined like gold. That stuff not necessarily easy process, because people going to post all the day on social media and say, oh, well, you got to crush a few diamonds or crush a few rocks or something, pressure make diamonds or whatever the heck. But then, like, once the pressure come, ain't nobody ready to just sit there and just thank God in it. Okay, we're going to endure regardless, but who going to really thank God in the midst of all of that? So I got a little something for you guys, and I might be repetitive because I probably done read this before, but honestly, I really don't care. It's the truth. And the good thing about the truth is you never can have too much of this. So right here, just real quick, I want to let you guys know. So Romans 8, chapter 8, verse 12. And then it said, therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not to the flesh, to live according to the flesh. For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. Straight up. That could be physical death or spiritual death. Either way, you're going to die. My bad. That sounds really bad. But I mean, we know that let's put it like this. If sin is the work we perform with our hands, the wages that we will receive at the end of that workday is death. Straight up. You can't fix that or nothing. That's just what that is. We cannot allow ourselves to succumb to that. Does that mean that we won't ever sin again? Probably not, man. We are flawed. But thank God that he loves us regardless. Am I never sin again person? Heck no. If for me to say that I never sin again would mean that there would be no need for the saving grace of Jesus for me. I'm not that great. I ain't him. But sure enough, I'm seeking him. Let's get back to it, right? Because I could show go on all day. It said, but if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of your body. It's a process and an intentional process. I'm just going to tell you that. So it said, you put to death the deeds of your body, you will live. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, these are sons of God. For you did not receive the spirit of bondage again to fear, but you received the spirit of adoption, by whom we cry out, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God, and if children, then heirs, heirs of God and joint heirs. Some translations say co-heirs. I like that co-heir thing a lot. But with Christ, if indeed we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. So the reason why I want to tell you that is to tell you, because if Jesus is a king, which he is, I got a call from my buddy. I'm about to call him back. But if Jesus is, he is a king, and if he is an heir to the throne of God, what is in my eye? Then we are considered co-heirs. Wow. Now I know for a fact I probably said this in that last one from last year, but it don't matter. Like I said, we gonna keep talking about it. But what I want to encourage you guys to have a new outlook on yourself. We're royalty, straight up. And I don't get that from myself. I get that from the word of God. Like the Lord tells us that we can be co-heirs with his son, like some stuff that we would have never even thought on our own. Right. And the fact of the matter is, like, no matter like what your level of discouragement might be, and I know a lot of people are depressed. I believe I was at one point in time. A lot of people are getting, stressed out. I'm the king of stress. A lot of people be anxious. Golly, I've been anxious for a long time. It's like every problem you can possibly think of, I done dealt with it. But man, I just keep pressing because like I believe that God is so much greater than all the stuff that we be going through. And that doesn't mean I'm that now. And a lot of those things I still deal with. I would cheat y'all if I told y'all I conquered all of that stuff, which I did not. A lot of the stuff I still struggle with myself. But the fact of the matter is I continue to fight because I know what God has in store for me. So when the devil try to tell me something, I got to get that word and fight back with that dude because he's not going to quit. And sure enough, we don't need to be rolling over for him. So you just say, if he try to put some foolishness on you, just fight him back with the truth, man. You don't have to fight back with your truth because God's truth is already set in stone. So be encouraged and know who you are, know who you come from and know, just be confident where you're going to go. Like, I know a lot of people don't think that heaven is really a place for them. Well, to say that heaven might not be a place for you, but to look at somebody else and say heaven could be a place for them, how is that so? They needed grace just like we need grace. So they're not so much better than us. So we don't need to let what other people do or how they act put us down and make us feel less than. Right? And we definitely don't need to be the other way around and start making how we are and stuff like that make other people feel like they less than. You can't have that either way. Just be encouraged, children of God. I just want to be transparent and let y'all know that, we have a lot of problems and stuff. We got a whole pandemic going on in the world. And before that, we had a whole bunch of other things. There was crises all over the place. People enduring in every situation. Some of this stuff that happened just made it worse. And then, it's a lot of deaths of people that we know their names. Not to mention the people that we didn't even know who they was that perished, So I know it's tough. People want to say 2020, insert meme here. But if we could just really like change our perspective on this and realize that maybe God have a little something more for us. Because God wasn't good yesterday and then going to be good later on. He's going to be good the whole time. So even when we said God was good in 2018, when we got all these things, God ain't not good in 2020 and then he'll be back in 2 years. No, he's good now. Like, we got to understand that God is still good now. Sometimes we take for granted what God does because something that happened to somebody and they'll pass in a certain situation. Same thing can happen to us and we still be alive. And a lot of times we take that for granted. Or we'll say that, oh, well, somebody did lose their life in a situation and, oh, well, God wasn't good to them, but he's good to me. No, God is sovereign, man. Like sometimes you just got to be able to take that L and say, I don't have all the answers. God, you do. But help me to understand what I need to understand. And stop trying to figure everything out. Look, I'm giving y'all all my secrets because these are things that I had to say as well. Because guess what? Your boy sure enough learned the hard way. You don't need to be worrying about everything. So I just want to be transparent for you guys with this and give you that to put something on your brain to let you know that you are royalty. And if we want to go in depth about that, to know, so I don't get stoned by people trying to make it seem like I'm speaking lies. We can hop in this truth and we can dissect that together. But I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Y'all have a good day.